you go from doing like what you're used to every single day, like the pattern never changes.
Yeah.
And then bang, you get injured and you're in the gym and you're doing rehab every day and you're watching your teammates go out to train.
They lose a bit of the enjoyment. They're just thinking, I need to get signed.
That's a big thing.
I think when you play just to enjoy the sport, it can come naturally. Do you know what I mean? Because then you get the nerves that you're thinking, right, I need to do this and that. You turn into a robot. Like,
yeah, for context, obviously, I joined Barnet when I was in year 6. It was just a thing where, like Palace, it was a Premier League club. Like, I just wanted to play for them so bad. Like, I wanted to be at a bigger club. Like, my dad getting me to training and stuff like that, and like cold nights and all of that stuff. But when you're younger, it's just more fun than anything. Like, I think the natural challenges for any footballer, the biggest one is injuries. Like, that can never be overlooked. Like, I was injured at the start of the season. I think I missed 10, 11 weeks.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Quality Touch Podcast. I'm joined here with a very special guest. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Yeah, bro, it's good to be on the pod. My name is Mofe Jemide, play for Crystal Palace. Yeah, good to be on the pod.
How old are you and what country are you from?
17. Got Nigerian and Bayesian heritage. Yeah.
You know what? I didn't know you was 17, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm still 17
days.
still.
Wow.
17. Yeah.
And before I ask you more questions, I want to thank my sponsor, Whitestar Academy. If you don't know already, Whitestar Academy are a team based in North London. They help children in the community aged 6 to 16 get opportunities to get signed and play football. Thank you. But yeah, so what is it like? So we're going to start with your journey.
Yeah.
Where does it begin? So we're going to talk with school first.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually name the school, but like, what was school like?
Yeah, no, I went to primary school in Tottenham, like not too far from here. And then, like in terms of school and that, so I also went St. Ignatius for secondary school.
Okay, wait, what was the primary? Which school?
Nah, St. Francis.
St.
Francis de Sales, yeah, like right next to the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, the stadium, yeah.
So I went there for primary school, and then I can't even remember when I joined Whitestar. Whitestar was like where I first started out properly playing football. I think I joined Whitestar maybe 6, 7 years old, like young, like properly young. And then like that's kind of where my football journey started. So
did you know you was gonna like? So how did you get into football? Who can you say that you big up that got you started?
There's a lot of people. Like I'd say first and foremost my dad above anyone. Yeah, just when I was younger, my dad, I wouldn't say he pushed me into football, but it was always something that like my dad was always interested in football, so naturally, as his son, like I was interested in it as well. So I wanted to play football. I wanted to like be outside, like training and whatnot. But yeah, when I was younger, my dad, and probably still to this day, like my biggest inspiration in terms of like wanting to play football.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so like when you was at Whitestar, what was it like? So you're at Crystal Palace, like that's massive. So like. Whitestar's a Sunday League team. What was it like while you were there?
So I was at Whitestar, like I said, for maybe like 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I've known Ali for like almost my whole life now, innit? So I've been there from Whitestar, and yeah, I think when I was playing grassroots football, it was just more about enjoying it, innit? Like I was in primary school, so it was just like my dad getting me to training and stuff like that, and like cold nights and all of that stuff. But when you're younger, it's just more fun than anything. Like we used to train where did we train? We trained at the Power League, like next to Edmonton County School. Yeah. So nighttime trainers would be there, and then Saturday mornings we'd be at like Down Lanes Park, in Tottenham, and then we'd have games on like Sundays and whatnot. But yeah, Whitestar was just fun when I was younger because there's loads of players that I played when I was younger, maybe like 6 or 7 that I'm still friends with like till this day, innit?
Really good, man. Yeah, because you know what? I'm so glad you mentioned it. Yeah, a lot of kids, not just Whitestar, everywhere, they're so aware of like the football system now. Yeah, where they lose a bit of their enjoyment. They're just thinking, I need to get signed. That's a big thing. I think when you play just to enjoy the sport, It will come. It can come naturally. Do you know what I mean? Because then you get the nerves that you're thinking, all right, I need to do this and that. You turn into a robot. Like you start worrying about. But if you
lose a bit of a love, bit of a love for the game.
Exactly. Like, I think that's really important. It's good that you touched on that.
I don't think that was ever a problem for me because, like I said, I just always saw it as fun. I think as I got a little bit older and like some of my teammates were starting to get signed and get into academies and get trials and stuff, like maybe around the age of like 9 or 10, I'm thinking, oh, okay, like not so much putting pressure on myself, but peeping it, kind of looking at it and be like, oh yeah, that's something I want to do as well, you know, like that's actually kind of sick. Like you see the academy players 9, 10 years old in their tracksuits and like going everywhere, like you think, wow, that's actually kind of hard. Like you want to do that.
But yeah, cool. So going into secondary school, what was the experience like? So we talk from like year 7 onwards.
Yeah, so for context, obviously I joined Barnet when I was in year 6.
Oh wow! So you got into academy before you even...
I got into Barnet in year 6. I think I was like 10 when I joined Barnet. But that was the way I even got in. Obviously Ali recommended me to go there from Whitestar. I joined through an open trial. I done an open trial that my dad actually paid for. Like he paid for me to do an open trial at Barnet. Done that, and then like a couple weeks after they got back, that they wanted to invite me in for a trial. Done the trial. After like 2 weeks, they had signed me.
Wow.
So I joined Barnet when I was 10, and then so secondary school, year 7 was secondary school was just vibes, man. I don't even lie.
Would you not want to go back to secondary school if you had the opportunity?
You know what? Yeah, sometimes I think about it, especially just with friends and stuff. I wouldn't want to go back like to actually experience it, but just to have that like thing with your friends again, innit? Because you take it for granted kind of when you're in school. And because I was playing football as well, I feel like I was more focused on that than actually like enjoying secondary school as much.
Because your experience would be slightly different to a majority of people in school. Like being in an academy and like a footballer while going to school, you got many of you got focus on your career, which is starting, as well as your education. Yeah,
and then sometimes you're getting let out of school and stuff for day release and things like that. Like you're not always there all the time. It's just school's a good experience.
What can you remember from school that I spoke about in episode 1 with Phil and David? That was you like a bad kid? Like you're the footballer. Like I played for Barnet. Like,
nah, I wouldn't even say I was a bad kid at school. I can't lie. I think I just used to. I was a bit cheeky if anything. But now I wouldn't say I was bad in school because at the same time I knew what I wanted in terms of football, even from young. But I would say it did take me a bit of time to realise like that okay, for football to actually work, I need to be patterned in school as well. That's actually important for like a lot of people to realise that you actually have to, in terms of like being let out for day release and stuff, especially when I got signed for Palace in year 8, it was important as well because I needed to be out of school for certain stuff and the school had to give me permission. So if I was like misbehaving in school, that wouldn't get like those type of privileges.
Yeah, but that's amazing. So you got to Palace in year 8.
Yeah,
stayed there till all the time.
Yeah,
we're gonna speak a bit about that in a minute, but I'm trying to see if there's something I might have missed out. This is what I want to know. What team do you support? The reason why I'm asking before you say it, in the previous episodes, I've had so many Liverpool fans. Like, I think back to back to episode 4 or 5. And then episode 6 or 7, Carell's Arsenal fan. I'm hoping to see at least a Chelsea fan.
Nah, I'm a City fan.
See, this guy, this guy was born in 2000.
Nah. Listen,
no way.
I'm a City fan because my dad, even from young, was a City fan. Yeah,
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, no.
So
that's valid. That's
support
very
your
valid.
dad's team.
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah. No, that's valid.
Yeah.
This is the only exception, the only person that is allowed to support City.
My dad's team, innit? So you just
I accept that. That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, so you got to Palace in year 8.
Yeah. I signed for Palace. So I done 2 years at Barnet. And a year after I left, actually, they shut down the academy system. So I got signed. I came off like a couple of good seasons at Barnet, and then kind of got scouted to go to Palace. So I left there. Palace paid for me actually to go and leave Barnet. They had to pay compensation or whatever for me to leave.
Wow. So when that happened, bear in mind you're about 13 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
Are you thinking like, wow, like I must be really good. I'm getting bored.
Yeah, nah, I think, you know what it is? I didn't really deep it at the time. I think because it was just a thing where, like Palace, it was a Premier League club. Like, I just wanted to play for them so bad. Like, I wanted to be at a bigger club. But I wasn't thinking of like, oh, wow, they're actually paying for me. Like, that's an investment for them as a club. But now looking back on it, yeah, it actually is a bit mad. Like, you're seeing like 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds like get bought for money. So...
12. That's wow. And what we didn't mention, a lot of people who might not know who you are, the position you play at the moment is
centre back.
When you was in the academy, what position were you playing? Or
I think so. Yeah, when I was younger, I was an attacker. Like, always an attacker. Even playing for Whitestar, I was a winger. I used to play striker. I was just bigger than everyone else, innit? So sometimes Ali would just stick me up front, go score some goals.
Okay, because that's what Philip said in his episode. He was a striker. So that's what another thing I want to ask as far as professional footballers that you may be inspired by. But Philip said his was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Seriously.
And then as he got older, he was getting pushed further back. So he is now Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I want to ask you the same question. So
I think my biggest footballing idol, Vincent Kompany. From when I was younger, always used to look at him. Even when I was an attacker, it was always like Vincent Kompany. Like, I just used to think he's a leader, and he was like a top player as well. Yeah,
I agree. Do you feel like you have like similar traits? Like you're tall as well, centre back.
Yeah, no, I think more so in terms of the leadership. Like, I think I'm a talker on the pitch. Like, I like to be vocal as much as possible. In that sense, I'd say similar traits.
Yeah, that's very important as well. I think.
It is massive.
Because a lot of kids need to understand that communication is helping the team out, especially being the person playing defence.
Yeah.
Having that captain presence is important, but not just. It doesn't just have to be the captain of speaking. I feel anyone on
the pitch, you don't need to wear the armband to be a leader.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of kids think, if I ain't got the armband,
I don't need to talk in it.
Yeah, that's really good. But I want to play a game.
Yeah.
So this game is I don't know what the name of the game actually is. I'm gonna find out later. Been playing it for a while now, but you can't say the letter S or P. We need to get like we need to get like a leaderboard or something, yeah. But so far, I think I've won every game. There's some faults because the refereeing ain't been correct.
Yeah.
Cameraman's gonna be making sure this goes correctly. But I'm gonna say again, you can't say the letter S or P. So I'm gonna let you pick the topic. Obviously, football would be easy, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go football,
so,
man.
What do you want to do? Footballers? It could be all time. Now.
What should we do? Should we do clubs?
We can do clubs.
No, I feel like that's a bit easy though, isn't it?
Yeah, you say that, but trust me, I'm thinking of the wrong letters in my head right now.
What, with P and S and that?
Yeah. So we'll do a few rounds.
Let's do players actually. Let's just go players.
I'm gonna lose. I feel like I'm gonna lose. It could be any pro player. I think you got the advantage with this at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put the timer now. I'm gonna let you start.
So what, just back and forth, yeah?
So you got 5 seconds to name the player. You can't repeat the same name.
So it's okay, cool. So P and S are the ones you can't say.
You can't say.
Alright, come on.
I'll let you start.
Van Dijk.
Joe Gomez.
Darwin Núñez.
James Maddison.
The doggy.
Richarlison.
I couldn't even think.
I'll take that first one.
That's harder than you think it is, raw.
I'll tell you, people don't understand unless they're playing. This game is difficult.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna let an exception as well. You can even name a manager. So.
Alright, yeah. Come.
I'm already thinking of the wrong ones. Alright, cool. I'm gonna start it now. Jose Mourinho.
Zinchenko.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Robertson.
Gosh. Wan-Bissaka.
Varane.
Oh
yeah.
I don't know why Saka was in my head right there. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna two more rounds. So what's that? 1-1.
Nah, let's go best of 3 in it. So
oh my days.
Next one wins.
Alright, cool. Let me just give me 1 sec.
Nah, you can't brainstorm. You can't brainstorm.
You're starting. My mind is blank. Alright, let's go.
Wait, are we going for now?
You're starting. Let's go.
Alright, cool. Dunk.
De Bruyne.
Gahey.
Modric.
Mitchell.
Gareth Bale.
Eze.
Mateta.
Munoz.
Robertson.
Klein.
Chilwell.
Wharton.
Jackson.
Jackson. I swear.
No.
Or starting with.
Yeah,
I thought we were doing.
I tried to buy time. You cheated.
No, I'm not. I swear.
I know.
Edward.
This guy's blaming all his players. De Gea. Oh, no, I can't get De Gea.
Edison.
Van der Beek.
Neymar.
Tevez.
Rooney.
Ooh. Scholes. Oh, I'm out.
Aye, that's a win.
I can't believe it. That's my first loss.
Ball knowledge.
I'm a mess. Wow, well done.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me. That's a
Take that.
I can't believe that.
No, I'll take that, man.
But cool. So yeah, you said you support Man City. That's good.
Yeah.
You said your parents are from Barbados and Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for Phil and that to make me the jollof rice. Are you? Hey, so what food are you eating?
To be fair, yeah, it depends really. Like close to match days, obviously, like I'm eating a bit cleaner, but you can't say no traditional foods. Like I get if my mum's making like jollof rice or whatever, she's making like a pounded yam, legacy soup, like all of them foods. Like yeah, can't really turn down the traditional foods, man.
Are you able to? Have you been cooking?
Nah, don't even go there, man. I can't. I'd be lost in the kitchen, bro. I'd be lost.
Okay, fair enough. So you're talking about having like a strict diet. How's it? Obviously now you're older. What we didn't mention, you're actually a professional as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not an academy player. You're a professional at Crystal Palace. How does it feel like knowing you got to follow a strict diet? What's that? What was the difference? That's one thing I didn't even mention. The transition from getting your scholar and now moving on to a pro. Like, is there a difference?
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of you yourself having to be more professional, I think. But it's a more within yourself thing. Like when you're a scholar, you're still in full time. Like you're still at the training ground every day. So not much changes in terms of what you're actually doing. But obviously by title, you're a professional footballer now because you signed a pro contract. But I didn't even really like that term, because you signed a pro contract, you're a professional footballer. For me personally, until I've played men's games, until I've played in first teams at Crystal Palace, I wouldn't class myself as a professional footballer. Yeah, it's a nice title to have. Yeah. But yeah, I've signed a pro contract. But loads of players sign pro contracts and don't go on to achieve what their potential is, in it. So until I played first team football, I wouldn't class myself as a pro footballer.
So you're just pushing.
Yeah. Just as much as I can, innit. Want to break into the first team at Palace. It's a good setup there now. Good gaffer. The 21s, we finished really strongly last season as well. That's got to be the aim. I think that's the aim for any player in the academy system. You want to break into the first team at whatever club you're at. Just looking for opportunities, really.
Because I've seen you done really well. I saw you got a trophy posted.
Yeah, we won the International Cup against PSV.
Congratulations.
With the 21s at the end of last season. That was good still. Good way to end the season. Yeah, but like I said, just aims, just want to push on as much as you can, really.
It's good hearing about the success, but also I want to know the challenges you might have faced.
Challenges, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think the natural challenges for any footballer, the biggest one is injuries. That can never be overlooked. I was injured at the start of the season. I think I missed 10, 11 weeks out. I fractured a couple ligaments in my ankle at the start of the season. I think that's the most frustrating time as a footballer, man. You go from doing what you're used to every single day, the pattern never changes. Yeah. And then bang, you get injured and you're in the gym and you're doing rehab every day and you're watching your teammates go out to train. That's the hardest bit, I think.
How did that, obviously, I know you're saying it's hard mentally, but are you obviously this is your career, what people don't realise, obviously you might feel a decline. Do you feel like there's pressure thinking that, obviously you got teammates that are playing in your position as well, you're thinking, I need to be on the pitch, my position is that I can be gone. Is that going through your mind, or do you think you're like well looked after, where you think don't need to stress, I'll be back?
Yeah, I think more so the second one. In terms of being injured out and feeling the pressure of like wanting to get back, but I think that's just more of a pressure. Like, I wouldn't even call it pressure, just desire, because you want to play football. Like, you want to be on the pitch regardless. Any football player wants to play. No one wants to be sitting out injured. So, no, not so much stressing about like trying to get back into the team and all of that stuff, but just wanting to get back on the pitch first and foremost, and then everything else kind of looks after itself. Yeah, that's the most important thing when you're injured, I think.
Okay, and while you was at Palace, that's mostly where you've been playing.
Yeah.
Is there any game that the most memorable game you can think of that?
That's a good question. You know, kind of thrown that one at me. Still trying to think. Yeah, that's actually a very good question.
Obviously, you got the one where you won recently.
Yeah, I think anytime you play at Selhurst, it's always quite special, isn't it? Because it's like that's the end goal almost. Like, that's where you want to be in it. So you're playing at the first team ground. Like, it means a bit more because there's fans there. Fans turn up. And Palace fans are crazy as well. We played at like under 21s final. Like, there was 4,000 people there. Like, so which was good. I'd say the PSV game probably the most memorable.
Is it?
Probably the most memorable.
What was the score in that game?
1-0. 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was they were very good as well. Yeah. Got a little 1-0 win. They were good.
Okay, and have you had any experience? So you said your aim is like first team football, of course. Have you played in the international setup yet?
Yeah. I've been involved with England at under 17 level like last season. Went to the Euros, under 17 Euros last year with England as well, which is a good experience. Played for England a few times at.
What was that like? So obviously you're meeting basically the best in England, more or less. That's what that's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good, isn't it? Because you're around better players. Not to say like the quality at Palace isn't there or whatever, like 100% it is. But when you're playing for your national team, it's like you're surrounded by other players in the country, like who are deemed like the best in their position, basically. So, it's always good playing for England, like to be around quality. Like,
what was it like? I'm just imagining that. Obviously, so you got your scholar. That must have been a great feeling. You're playing for Palace, like in the academy already. Like, that's a good feeling. But you got your pro. But like getting called for England, like your country, like.
Yeah, no, it's like never like I can't underestimate like the sense of pride in it. Like, it's just a massive sense of pride when you get called up for your country.
What did you do the first time? How did it go? A lot of people don't like. You're gonna have to explain to people what happened. So chilling.
I was actually the first time I got called up for England. Yeah, I was at home actually, and then my dad got a call or whatever from the academy manager at Palace, like, England want to take you away for like a couple of weeks with the under 17s, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously my dad told me. I was very happy. It's just like that kind of moment. No one can, like, it's a bit hard to describe how you feel in that moment, isn't it? It's just you're just very proud to get called up for your country. It's like it's a big thing. Whether it's at youth level or at first team level, like it's just a very proud feeling.
Are there any players that who did you play with? I'm just trying to think of that. Players are about now that
there's a lot of good players that I played with in the England setup. Some that are playing like first team football obviously now, like Archie, Ethan Nwaneri. Played with like a lot of good players at England. I feel like it's almost a disrespect to just say them to you because almost everyone that I played with like at England is quality, because you're playing for your country, innit? So you're obviously like a top player.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So, what was the travelling like as well? So not with your team and with England, like you must have gone to countries you thought I've never been there before. We travel a lot, like even just with club and country as well, but. Yeah, I think business is business, innit? Wherever you go, you're not really like thinking too much of. You're staying in a hotel, or whatever. You're just kind of trying to lock in almost, like not really thinking too much about the surroundings. Whether we're like in Hungary or like Norway or whatever, like been some weird places, man. But yeah. Okay, and what music? What? This is what I asked Stephen in his episode.
Yeah.
What gets you locked in? So you're in the change room.
Yeah.
game in like what? Let's say 45 minutes. No, before that, you lot are just getting changed. You're ready now. Who's controlling the music first of all, and then what are you lot playing?
It depends. Sometimes I jump on it. Yeah, it just kind of depends on the vibe though. Sometimes I'll jump on it, but sometimes I'll have my headphones on.
Okay.
So like, it's different type of. I can let me actually have a look at my playlist now, my match day playlist. See what I've got on there. It's a bit of a mix though of everything. Like before games, obviously if we're traveling, I like to have my headphones in. Sometimes we'll get in the change room, someone else will be on the speaker. But yeah, no, I listen to a bit of Fredo, a bit of Gigs as well. Yeah, K-trap, bit of everything really. Like
everything.
I'm more of a UK guy when it comes to music,
Is it?
especially
Okay.
especially pre-match as well. I feel like that's what gets me hyped the most before like sometimes you know what it is, bro. I'm so tired of hearing freestyle by Lil Baby before the game, bro. I bang that one every time. Like never not hear that in the change room before a game. Yeah, getting kind of sick of it now, but sometimes I just put my headphones on and just look into what I've got on my playlist, innit?
Okay, but yeah, what I was thinking about, so speak a lot about the success, winning games and stuff. How do you lot deal with losing? Like, how do you what does your manager say, and how do you lot as players cope?
I think the most important thing after losing is to reflect, innit? Like you've got to look back on what went wrong in the game.
Yeah.
But then after that, you can't dwell on defeats too much, because if you dwell, it's just gonna eat away at you. But in football, the best thing is there's always next week, there's always the next game. Like there's always another opportunity to put right what went wrong in the last game. So sometimes if I lose a game or I personally haven't played well, you can't dwell. You can't sit there and think about it for too long. Obviously, you debrief the game with the manager or whatever in the change rooms, and he says what he wants to say. But it's important to try and move on quickly. That's not to say you shouldn't think about it.
Yeah.
It's important to reflect on when things don't go well, because that's how you get better. But can't dwell too much on defeats.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. What do you see what hobbies do you have while you're playing football, and what do you think you'll do if you're not?
Yeah, I don't want to sound boring, but when it's not football, I'm either just chilling at home with my family, play FIFA, GTA, just jump on.
Okay. You know what? I need to do a series or something. I need to play everyone. People think I'm dead. I've been getting people calling me rubbish. I'm gonna play one day. I'm gonna invite everyone back
And get us all on FIFA.
I'm gonna play you lot because Well, you good?
I'd say so, innit? I'd say so. I'm more of a career mode pro clubs guy.
Okay, you know what? Yeah.
That's
pro clubs is a good one.
That's me. But away from football, I just like to chill. I listen. Funny enough, I listen to podcasts quite a lot, with ex-footballers and whatnot, like Filthy Fellas and the Overlap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Listen to stuff like that. Just interesting to hear people's opinions and stuff. But off the pitch, is just chill out really, because football's so intense. Like you're always there, training, matches.
Yeah.
So when you get away from it, you just want to relax, man.
Exactly.
You just want to chill out.
Talking about FIFA though, are you on the game yet?
Nah, not yet.
Still waiting for that?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Maybe this next FIFA probably I might be on it, but I have to see. Yeah.
Cause I think you might be on what's that game? Football Manager.
Yeah, no, I'm on Football Manager still. Yeah. I get people telling me your Football Manager card is sick, bro, yeah.
We probably got random people saying, you done the man?
Yeah, on my Football Manager. Yeah.
How does that feel though? Deep it. Obviously you're still young as well. Imagine the professional that's been in the game for ages. They're getting all mess. That's another thing I want to speak on as well, social media and how you deal with that. Obviously, I'm guessing at your club you'll have someone that teaches you how to manage and all that stuff. But I want you to speak a bit about it. But how does it feel? You got you got fans. How does it feel actually? Does it get to your head thinking
Nah. You've got to. You can't really take all them things in. Like I said earlier, I've not made it yet. You see how people say, you signed a pro contract, you're a professional footballer. I'll say it again, I wouldn't even call myself that yet, because I'm not a first team player yet. I can't call myself a pro footballer without having any first team appearances. It don't make any sense. So again, with all of that and fans and whatnot and getting attention and things like that, it's nice, but at the end of the day, I've got a goal in it. You just want to focus. You have to kind of put all them things to the side. If you let stuff like that get to your head, you're not gonna get far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back to what I was saying before with the social media, like, how do you, there's crazy people all over the place. Like, let's say, even at youth level, there might be someone saying, "Oh, you're rubbish," or How do you cope with it though? Because a lot of people haven't got that hard skin to.
I feel like that's more at first team level.
Fair
but I even think looking ahead, I know it's easy to say, that wouldn't affect me, because you don't really know until you're in that situation, innit? But I just kind of say you just have to try and ignore it. Maybe come off it is the best situation. Like, every player wants to have Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. But you just gotta try and ignore like all of that type of stuff. And again, just focus on yourself as much as you can. Yeah. And
obviously, you're a footballer, but if you didn't make it as a footballer, what do you think you'll be doing?
That's a very good question. Honestly, I'd probably say I'd be in like some form of like media or like sports media, even doing something like you're doing now with like the podcast and stuff like that, speaking to footballers, because I've always had an interest in football. So I'd probably say I'd still be in the game somehow, maybe on the media side of it, even in like the coaching and whatnot. But if it weren't football, actually, that's I'm not too sure.
Have you at the club? Have you lot done that? Your coaching badges?
Yeah, you do that as part of your scholar, as a second year scholar. So I think we do that more like next season.
How did you? She's not.
Not started. Okay. Yeah.
Are you like, looking forward to it?
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's just another qualification to have. Like, you're not gonna say no to that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Mofe, it was brilliant having you on here.
Thank you, man.
Right now, I think we're just pushing around 200 subscribers. Talking about Whitestar, where you started from.
Yeah.
Got the main man, Ali Gary. He's around the building.
Yeah.
If we can get to 500 subscribers?
Yeah, I'll say 500.
Yeah, 500 will get him on here. So make sure you guys are commenting and subscribing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Mofe's journey to success on Quality Touch Podcast. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.